So, as I told, microablation is we are giving energy to heat the tissue, and thus it coagulates the tissue and kills the cells. So we started with radio frequency, and now we are gradually moving to the microwave ablation because it is a newer technique with improved success rates. So it uses dielectric hysteresis to produce heat in the tissue, and electromagnetic energy is applied, and water molecules which are polar, they try to align with the oscillating electromagnetic field, and they are unable to do it, and hence there is energy absorption in the tissue and tissue heating. So the tissue with high water content are heated easily. So it is very good in destroying the tumor tissue. So it gives a predictable and spherical ablation zone. There is no heat sink effect. There is no need of grounding thread. Can be used in patients with heart implants also, pacemakers. This antennas and the lesion and the needle, the antenna tip is very good, and they are easily visible in ultrasound and CT guidance. So it is 13 gauge in diameter. So there is no need of any incision or stitch. We just insert it under ultrasound and CT guidance in the liver tumor. Indications, as I told, it is used for liver tumors, colorectal metastasis or hepatocellular carcinoma, less than 5 centimeter or up to 5 to 7 centimeter in size, in malignant bone tumors, in osteoid osteoma and chondroblastoma of bone, in RCC, renal cell carcinoma, colorectal mets of lung, or in some cases primary lung lesions and fibromatosis also. Contraindications are pregnancy and allergy to contrast, because we use contrast to see whether the lesion has burned completely or not. Complications, we insert a needle in the liver, so there is minimal risk of bleeding from the liver surface because of our needle. Infection, myeloma formation because of the dead tissue, and recurrence. Recurrence rate is less than 5%, but it is always there. We try to achieve A0 ablation, just like the surgeons try to achieve R0 resection for any malignancy. We try to achieve a A0 ablation. So how we do the procedure, I'll just take you very fast. We review the imaging on the previous CT and the MR studies, give pre-procedure antibiotics, take informed consent, shaving, painting and draping. So it's a sterile technique. Patient is, it is minimally invasive, so patient is admitted for a day or so just to monitor the patient and observe the vitals after the procedure. We convert our CT room into the OT by sterile techniques, by draping and painting everything, painting the liver surface. We insert electrode under ultrasound, confirm with the CT. So we have a documented CT image. We ablate the tumor and do a post-ablation CT scan. Just like I mentioned, for liver hepatocellular carcinoma, post-operative cholangiocarcinoma recurrence, some chemo-refractory colorectal metastasis, and neuroendocrine tumors. These are the indications. Just discuss a short case, 60-year-old male diabetic, operated for descending colon malignancy in 2018, and after that also chemotherapy was given. Follow-up ultrasound showed a liver lesion. It was not detected on CT, so MRI was done to confirm it. This is an MRI, and this is a small lesion in the segment 5-6 junction. This is the post-ablation MRI showing complete necrosis of the lesion. So this is how we burn the lesion totally, and this is an A0 ablation. Chances of recurrence are very less, and patient can be saved from major surgery also. Advantages, as we discussed, it is a minimally invasive, done under local anesthesia and mild sedation, and 24 hours stay. It has a good success rates and less complications. This is another interesting case. Small lesion seen on ultrasound in the liver, abutting the middle hepatic vein. This was an intraoperative RFA done. Patient CA colon was removed during surgery, and intraoperatively I inserted the electrode into the tumor, and this patient is fine since 3 years, no recurrence of the lesion. So directly the needle was inserted on the liver surface. Conclusion: the evidence of thermal ablation, RFA and microwave are level 1B. Immediate result: if there is residue seen on contrast after RF or microwave ablation, we can immediately ablate it once again. For better outcomes, we ablate more than the tumor size, 5 mm more than the tumor size, so that the recurrence rates are less. So there are multiple papers in international journals, PubMed journals, and they show that local recurrence rate after comparing the resection versus RFA and resection versus microwave, RFA versus microwave. Microwave ablation is becoming better and better than RF ablations. So we try to give as good results as surgery, and so that we avoid the recurrence. Thank you. Now I will directly move on to the role of endovascular intervention radiology in limb ischemia. We know that multiple